of the most awaiting moments, a short address of our chief guest. For her address, I humbly request today's King of the Jungle and our beloved principal, Madam Aurea, to escort our chief guest for her address.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed principal, lovely students, and all parents present here today. Looks like our lion has retired for the evening. Well, before I begin, I'll first like to address the founder of the school, Aurea Norona. Wow, what a lady we have in our midst. Someone who's an institution in herself. Running a school is no easy job. I think it's the hardest one of all. And we feel handling one child is difficult. Imagine handling such a big lot. And she's been doing this for the last 43 years, which in itself is a very big accomplishment. So hats off to you, Aurea. That apart, it's not just been one school, I'm told, it's been 5 or more. And running such a huge number is the biggest blessing she could have given to this place. Because education is the door to having a more beautiful world, I believe. Because that is the biggest gift you can impart to any child present here. So very well done on that. Well, as you rightly said earlier, a school is incomplete without a good teacher, without a good support staff, because they make up for most of what a school is all about. I strongly believe in one thing. There are several hundred thousands of hard jobs in this world, but being a teacher is the hardest job. Well, and that's because a teacher takes a hand, touches a soul, and opens a mind. Because the biggest thing you can do is just one child, one pen and one teacher. That's all it takes to make a difference in the world. I always had this thing in me. While I was little in schools, and they always had these competitions, you know, the fancy dress ones, or any other competition where you would want to speak about someone, the teacher would stand and ask, okay, who do you want to be? And everybody's hand would go up, I want to be a teacher. Because that's who a child emulates. That's who a child looks up to, and that's the one who creates, molds and sculpts them into what they are. So being a teacher is one of the most blessed jobs that one can have. Well, so when I see and look around, every child is smiling. The principal herself smiles. So that shows that the support staff and the teachers are doing a commendable job here. So very well done to all of you for running such a beautiful institution. Well, your theme today is Party in the Jungle, and I can see that everyone's having a real party in the jungle out there. All the cockerels of the surrounding are all here. Well, I'd like to address them for a bit. I know they're all a little bored by now. Okay, so come on now. I'm sure that everyone there has a favorite animal, yeah? Everyone has a favorite animal. You know, I had a favorite animal too. Mine used to be the tiger. And if anyone asked me why the tiger, well, it was the easiest spelling to spell. But if I look back now, I believe that teaching your children to conserve the environment is one of the biggest lessons you could give them. Because we make the world we live in, and we shape our own environment. It's a responsibility we need to teach each and every child who walks out. And I was so glad to see the theme for today's event was Party in the Jungle. Now I'd like to just ask them one question, alright? All the little ones, all the pretty ones.
They're coming to answer your question.
Yes. So everyone's having a party, all Why do you call it a party?
Why?
Why is it a party? Because everyone in the jungle is happy, right? We have trees around, we have flowers around, we have fruits around, we have animals around. And your responsibility is to keep that party going. Yes? Your teachers taught you, your principal taught you a very nice lesson today as we all walked in. She decided to plant a plant. And you know why we all sit in the shade today? That's because someone a very long time ago decided to plant a plant. And that plant gives you life. That plant is the reason we breathe all this fresh air. So the only thing you can do as a responsibility towards yourself and towards everyone around you is to save your plants and your trees. And Mother Earth smiles back at us when we see all the flowers around us. That's just her smiling right back at us. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that all of us carry this legacy forward. A legacy of protecting our environment, a legacy at looking at our environment as our very own responsibility. I'm sure all of you carry big bags to school, no? They're all full of books, they're full of papers, they're full of your compass box, your colors and everything else. I'm sure there's a very small pocket that's still empty. I want you to fill that empty pocket with whatever garbage you throw around you. Take it home, dispose it off in a dustbin. Because the minute you throw it everywhere else, that's hazardous for your environment. So that's a very small way that you can keep everything around you clean, yeah? And that's what we now refer to as Swachh Bharat. So on this Independence Day, first of all, I'd like to commend you on having such a beautiful function today. It's been my privilege, honor, and a delight to be here among all this warmth that you have shown me today. So happy Independence Day, happy Republic Day to all of you. Have a great evening. I'm enjoying my party, and let's keep this party going. And to all our teachers, students really don't care how much we know until they know how much we care about them. So on that note, I'll wind up. Have a great evening, and thank you for having me here. Please make it a habit. Thank you.